Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So I am very excited for this year's first video of spooky season. And don't worry, I know that Halloween and spooky and fall, like that's not everyone's thing for various reasons. So in October, I'm not only going to be posting Halloween or spooky themed content, but today I am excited to talk about paranormal encounters that the pop girls have had. A lot of you guys suggested that I look into this, especially Ariana Grande, because apparently she's got a lot of spooky stuff going on and is very interested in it. So today I am going to be talking about some paranormal content that some of the pop girlies have made, whether it's a show, whether it's a podcast, whether it's just visiting haunted places. And today I'm actually going to watch some of the clips with you guys because even though I've known about these things, I haven't really watched the show or got into the clips yet. And I thought, you know what, let's talk about it and then let's watch them together. So let's go ahead and get into the spooky video. Ariana Grande is someone who's been very open about the several paranormal experiences she's claimed to have had and her affinity for all things horror. Back in 2013, Ariana traveled to Kansas City, during which she visited a haunted castle as well as the Stoll Cemetery. She talked about this in an interview with Complex. One of Stoll Cemetery's nicknames is the Gateway to Hell, and according to some, including Washburn University, the cemetery may actually be one of the 7 portals or gates to hell. An American Hauntings blurb on the cemetery reads, "The legends say that these stories have been linked to Stoll for more than 100 years, but none of them made it to print until the 1970s. In November 1974, an article appeared in the University of Kansas student newspaper that spoke of a number of strange occurrences in the Stoll churchyard. According to the article, Stoll was haunted by legends of diabolical, supernatural happenings, and the legends asserted that the cemetery was one of the 2 places on Earth where the devil appears in person 2 times each year. Apparently, these 2 nights are the spring equinox and Halloween, allegedly. The cemetery has become sort of an urban legend, with generations of locals claiming to have had a paranormal experience there. Others who do live there, as is always the case with these sort of things, claim that the stories, which have become more and more sensational over the years, are unfounded. And unfortunately, also over the years, the cemetery's become more of a tourist attraction than a final resting place for people's loved ones. After visiting the Stoll Cemetery, which Ariana has claimed even the Pope won't fly over, she said that she had a sick feeling. While still in the car, she smelled sulfur and suddenly saw a fly inside of the vehicle, both of which are commonly reported signs that demons or entities are present. Ariana said, "I was like, this is scary, let's leave. I rolled down the window before we left and said, we apologize, we didn't mean to disrupt your peace. Then I took a picture and there are 3 super distinct faces in the picture. They're faces of textbook demons." Ariana later deleted the picture soon after all this happened because of the paranormal activity that ensued, and she said she found the file size was exactly 666 megabytes. Typically, Ariana said that she keeps her paranormal photos that she collects in a folder named Demons. Ariana said that for weeks following her visit to the cemetery, she would hear disturbing sounds at night near her head, and when she closed her eyes, she'd see weird red images. Then there was a massive black cloud or something in her bedroom one night, and she told one of her friends about it, who I believe also had gone to the cemetery with her. And then later the friend saw the same black cloud, or at least that's what Ariana thought because the friend described it to her, and it had the very same description as to what Ariana saw, so this of course freaked her out. All the way back in 2012, Ariana actually went ghost hunting with Colleen Ballinger and Glozell. If you're not familiar with Glozell, she was a big YouTube personality in the late 2000s, early 2010s, sort of fledgling days of YouTube time frame. And she did a lot of online challenges like the cinnamon challenge and the bananas and Sprite thing. But in that video, not much came from the experience. It's one of those videos where they're talking to the spirit boxes, if you've ever seen Ghost Adventures or something like that. And it's meant, or they say that it takes the spirit's energy and then they can use it to communicate or talk to the spirit. So they were kind of just messing around and asking the so-called ghost or entity questions. Ariana actually kind of has a lot of paranormal content, which is typically her visiting a haunted place, either that she's made herself or some visits that she's done with other people on their shows or on their channels. Some examples include her going through haunted houses on The Ellen Show and The James Corden Show. With James Corden, I think this was a more impromptu, scary thing because he booked a horror escape room during a pit stop, and the actual episode was meant to be an episode of Carpool Karaoke.
Can you hold my hand? Can you hold? I don't know
where you are, though.
I don't know
That's
where I am.
me. Okay, I've got you.
Honestly, God has knocked me out.
Not I just got scared and paused it because of the little stupid toy thing, but I'm just... How are they supposed to escape if they can't see shit? But okay.
There, look.
No, okay.
You go in.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna pass out. I can't do it.
I would be scared. Oh, shit. Oh. Imagine you're just like in the dark and you're Ariana Grande and like from the shadows you just hear it. Yeah. Oh no, we've got like skulls and like religious symbology. This is spooky.
Let's give this a little whirl.
I don't like that because, okay, I know I'm gonna sound kind of crazy, but I feel like a lot of these symbols and things of that nature, even if it's just an escape room, I don't know if that should be played with. Like a Ouija board, like to me, that is not a toy.
No.
Oh, they figured it out. I don't like that. I don't like that. That employee would have got kicked in my head. I don't like that. Ooh. No, I would have been acting like them. Yeah, I don't know if I would have escaped. I would have been too freaked out. I've never done an escape room before. I hope there's like a panic button where you can just quit and leave. Like, but y'all can have my money. I don't want to stay in here and get scared. Demi actually is no stranger to engaging with the extraterrestrial and the paranormal. Back in 2016, she tweeted about taking Ariana Grande to the house where the Manson murders occurred. However, that house had been demolished back in the 1990s with a new one being rebuilt in its place. And in an episode of their podcast 4D, which covers several topics including body positivity, art, and mental health, Demi actually got to talk to ufologist and physician Stephen Greer about their concept of aliens and what they actually might be like.
And sentient, I always just say if they have the capability of expanding their consciousness to a dimension where they don't need to either build their crafts or damage their planet by using their precious elements, then they can't be as negative as us human beings are because we aren't even at their level yet.
In 2021, the Unidentified with Demi Lovato docuseries aired. In the 4-part series, Demi, her sister, and some friends sought to uncover the truth about aliens and UFOs and ETs, with some supernatural content sprinkled in there as well. Demi said the series was inspired by an out-of-body experience, claiming, "I had a pretty profound experience on my 28th birthday. I made alien contact and it was a pretty mind-blowing experience. Ever since then, I started to look into this more and I wanted to do a show about it. We were stargazing and we tried to do this protocol where you make contact and all of a sudden something showed up directly above us in the sky. It was huge lights that made a question mark almost in the sky and then it just blacked out. I realized then that my life was probably going to change in a spiritual way because I have a spiritual connection to this journey as well." Demi also spoke of an experience in which they initially thought was just astral projection while sleeping, but later realized it could have possibly been an abduction after talking about the experience with another proclaimed abductee.
My very first experience happened when I was 5 years old in my bedroom playing, and a very brilliant bright light came into the room.
I would scream. I would call for my parents. I feel like maybe this could happen, but I'm just saying I would not have gone without a fight, or without a scream or a whimper at 5 years old at the very least.
I had another major experience at the age of 16. I became pregnant without being sexually active.
They said immaculate conception, but make it aliens.
The doctors would say it's a blighted ovum,
I don't know what
or
that
you're
is.
stressed out, or maybe you just want to have children so much that you create these pregnancies and hormone imbalances.
So I don't know if psychosomatic is the word, but I know that some women can think that they're pregnant and they're not really. I think it's called a phantom pregnancy, actually. But yeah, I imagine the doctor is in a hard spot here because if this is actually happening to her, I don't know if the doctor is gonna be like, "Yeah, girl, my first thought is it's something extraterrestrial, it's something alien." They're obviously it's a doctor. They're gonna try and find a medical reason that that's happening.
It wasn't until 2013 that I had an actual conscious experience where I physically was taken out of my bedroom on board craft by these grays and introduced to my hybrid children.
Wow.
What? Okay. I can't think of the man right now. I'll put his name up, but there is a man who has basically the same exact experience, who he's been having a relationship with this extraterrestrial woman over the course of decades, and I believe he also has hybrid children. But I'm so were they, I don't know how, remotely using your womb to create the babies, and then when they were miscarried, they were remotely transported back to the craft? I'm trying not to come off as evil, but I'm also just what, how could this be possible? I think that's fair to ask. How could this be possible? If I had alien children, which to my knowledge I don't even know if I would be "Oh my gosh, these are my babies, I love my babies." I would just be what the hell? I would not, I don't think I'd physically be able to accept these children as my children if this is a thing. In the series, they interview those who claim to have encountered aliens and attempted to uncover government reports that prove the existence of these beings. And even though the docuseries came out a little bit over 2 years ago, it's kind of weird to think now we are in a world where aliens have been confirmed to exist, even though it was obviously a very widely held belief before that for a while. And then pivoting to the paranormal, Demi does attempt to make contact with ghosts and spirits within the series, and probably the most popular of these moments is when Demi attempts to sing Skyscraper to a brothel ghost with past trauma from men.
Did you not want to say anything else because the boys were in here?
Also, I'm not sure what the communication is. Like, is one beep yes, two beeps no, a beep is yes, silence is no? Like, how do we know if they're answering affirmatively? Like, I'm just going off of the beep.
I have trauma too. So I feel you, and I get it. Do you like to sing, Carmen?
Oh.
I know Demi is trying to relate, but the subject transition, it took me out. I know what Demi's gonna sing, but wouldn't it be tea if Demi sang like Carmen by Lana Del Rey? I feel like thematically that would fit. Like, not just names, I feel like that would fit in the moment.
Okay, if I sing you a song, can my friends come back in the room?
Not Demi bargaining with the ghost who's traumatized. The ghost doesn't want, Carmen doesn't want to be around the boys.
There you go.
Is Matt holding a knife?
I will be rising from the ground like a skyscraper.
There we go. Standing ovation.
What if all those little beeps meant, ooh, I want another song, please do Confident or something like that? Like, I'm not trying to go out of my way to be a skeptic, but I'm just like, are the beeps on the walkie or in the spirit box all you need to be like, oh, there is an apparition, there is something in the room with me? That's what I'm not getting. Carmen, I don't know if they made contact with Carmen. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. Kesha's also been very open about her fascination with supernatural beings for a while now.
It's true. I'm obsessed with the supernatural. But that's not something my cousin Kaylin and I have in common.
Where are we?
Back in 2012, she released a song called Supernatural that detailed the sexual experiences she claimed to have had with ghosts and other supernatural beings. While promoting Warrior, which is the album that Supernatural is on, Kesha was open about those experiences on the late night circuit. To document her paranormal experiences and things of the like, and also just converse with others about it, Kesha launched her podcast, Kesha and the Creepies, at the end of 2020.
Kesha and the Creepies. Where I, your host, Kesha, bring you into my twisted universe where the supernatural is, well, quite natural. Kesha and the Creepies explores supernatural subjects and alternative lifestyles with today's most exciting pop culture guests and experts in the occult.
Her guests have included the likes of Margaret Cho, Big Frida, Ben Folds, and St. Vincent. Coincidentally, one of the highest viewed episodes of Kesha and the Creepies is actually one where Demi Lovato was guesting.
The week that I was in Joshua Tree with Stephen Greer, I saw a bunch of stuff. The first big thing that happened was we saw this really, really bright light. First of all, this blue orb kept...
Oh my God, beautiful.
It kept floating in front of us like 20, 30 feet away. And then when I would try to walk up to it, it would just hop another 20, 30 feet back.
Additionally, Kesha does have her own paranormal series called Conjuring Kesha, which ran for one season last year in 2022. In the Discovery Plus series, Kesha visits haunted locations like asylums, and even try to peel back the curtain on some of the country's secret societies. And the first episode we're going to watch, or clips from it, we are going to watch her explore a haunted hospital with none other than Big Frida, so this should be exciting. And if you are curious, they are at the Trans-Allegheny Asylum in West Virginia. It opened in 1864 and closed in 1994. So almost antebellum, and about 130 years, give or take, of people being in there. And Kesha says it's a place where there's a lot of trauma, obviously, because there are people who are struggling with mental illnesses, struggling with addictions and things of that nature. So I guess if you believe in ghosts and spirits, a lot of tortured souls who would have left a lot of unrest within the asylum, if you will.
Why do you think this place is haunted?
A lot of the people that are here have nowhere else to go.
I thought if you were a ghost, you could go wherever you
This
wanted,
was
honestly.
the place that they felt like they were at home. Oh,
Not the light flickering edit.
Oh, I saw
Oh, that wasn't an edit. Oh my god.
But I'll act like I did not see it.
Okay, truly, that one was not too crazy. I feel like that episode was more talking about the tortures and abuses that happen in asylums than the actual demons from what I saw. There's another Kesha and Big Frida one because they're very close, and I don't know what's on the floor. I don't know if it's mold. I don't know if it's baby powder. I don't know if it's ectoplasm, but I do see some footprints. Okay, so they're going to talk to Chip Coffey, who is a psychic medium. I've talked about this in my Miss Cleo video. I believe that mediums do exist. I believe that psychics do exist, but I don't believe that everyone who claims they're a medium or claims there's a psychic is one. So I always take what they say with a grain of salt.
Well, what's your process like usually?
You lead the way.
Okay.
I tell you what I'm getting.
Okay.
And it's like he's going to get something because he can't just walk through the house silently if he doesn't get anything. Because like I said, it's a TV show, it's a film crew, so he's going to come up with something.
756. Let's remember that.
Why? That's what I don't get. Like, they're never like, this number means this number means that. Just remember it. Like, why is your brain telling you that's an important number? Or he could just say, I got a feel. I don't know why yet, but he's just like, remember that.
Now there's new marks here.
There's new
Not
marks.
the X. And they're gonna stay. Instead of being like, oh, I believe in demons, this is the demon telling me to get out, they're gonna keep investigating because they got content to create.
And I'm the new kid on the block. I know who is here in
Name
spirit.
them. Call them out.
And
If you
there's
say
one
their
in
name,
particular that
then they
I've
lose their
already
power.
figured
Say their
out.
name.
There's an entity here that my spirit guides say calls itself the keeper.
If I heard that, I'm like, I'm not getting kept. I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't know. I think my concept of spirits and entities is, I guess, just not as robust as I thought it was. Because I just thought they could just transport, teleport, go as they please. So I'm like, who is keeping them, like, kept? Like, who is keeping them together there? But also, I know, like I said, I'm being a skeptic, but I also know hearing this, I would not be taking any chances and I would be absolutely leaving. Because I feel like in a lot of these cases, people visit these places, they feel like they're fine, and then all the paranormal stuff starts to happen afterwards, and it all could have just been avoided, you know? Because if I'm hearing a warning, I'm getting an omen, I'm getting out as well.
You figure out how to get the rid of the keeper.
Well, I'll leave that up to you and Chip.
I don't know. I want to help if I can help.
See, I would not be a martyr for the trapped souls. I just wouldn't be.
Well, I could pray.
The keeper gonna have to keep
I
y'all.
can pray hard.
I pray hard too. I could pray like a
And pray and rebuke it. And get the hell up out of there. Okay, so nothing crazy happened in the rest of that clip. To me, this clip was the most reminiscent of Ghost Adventures from all the ones I've seen, where it's just the suspense of what might happen versus anything actually happening. So like watching, like I said, I am a skeptic, but I'm not saying, oh, I don't believe in it at all. But I am saying that a lot of these shows to me are very sensationalized and they tease things that are going to happen that you're not necessarily probably going to ever really see on camera. But then when it comes to aliens or extraterrestrials, I think we're at the point now where most people agree that they exist. Then something that I more or less just thought of right now, I know a lot of, when it comes to celebrity and fame, you know, there's talks of they had to do this to become famous, they had to sacrifice this person to become famous. I wonder if these celebrities or artists, I don't know something that we don't when it comes to like spiritual things and demonic things, because they might be closer to that because of the nature of their fame. And I know a lot of people don't really believe that either. So it's all just a thought that I'm throwing out there, because half the time I'm not even sure if I personally believe that. And as always, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feelings. I know this is going to be sort of divisive because even in my own comment sections that aren't about things of this nature, I will get some comments with people calling things satanic or demonic that an artist has done. And then I'll also get comments being like, y'all are just taking it too seriously. Like none of this is real. So I would be eager to know what you believe if you're comfortable with sharing, and just your thoughts and opinions and reactions and comments and shade on some of the clips that we watched in today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That way you can stick around for more. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with me there. And if you'd like to become a channel member, the link is in the video's description. Again, thank you so much for watching. I love you all so very much, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye-bye.